Hello everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at how to beat the Act 2 boss, the Champ, using a fully upgraded Ironclad. Quickly go over the relics that I have. I have the Black Blood to gain extra health when I win fights. If I play 3 or less cards, I get to draw 3 the next turn. Keeps my steady deck dealing out nicely. Lets me burn through my deck quickly and always have the best possible cards available. If I get cursed, I raise my health. You can see that's obviously kicked in a number of times. I have 101 health. Every time I lose health the first time, I get 3 extra cards as well, so I get more card draw there. Start with strength, start with energy, get more gold, question mark rooms, extra potions, not really helpful now because I had to burn through them to do some elite combat. Future cards have an extra one, doesn't really help here. Start with extra dexterity, that helps here. And whenever I start combat after a rest room, you get this. Potions. I have a Snecko oil. I rarely use it. Pretty much will only use that in a bind. If I can't play something and I need to hope that I get a 0 cost card, because of the number of 1 cost cards I have in here, it's pretty risky. That being said, I could use it because I do get a lot of card draw. I might end up getting some of my cheaper ones for 1 or 0. Weak potion, that'll actually be important for this fight here because he pretty much spends his entire fight buffing himself up for 1 big attack. If you can weaken him at that point, he'll obviously be far better off than if you didn't. But otherwise, this is just a straight up tank and spank. So if you got good defense, great, you should be able to outlast him. But more importantly for my part here, my goal is going to be to kill him fast. That's what my deck is built for. It's built for hardcore attacking, not really for defending. And because I'm going to have so many cards up every single turn, I'm likely going to have my best possible attacks every single time. Deck size for this late in the game, 32, isn't actually too bad. That's a good end game size deck. If you are big on passing on cards, that's obviously good. My main bread and butter right now is the Perfected Strike. I have 3 of them, so they play off of each other, plus as well as the other strikes and the wild strikes. All those play together. My general go-to turn is Thunderclap plus Perfected Strike. Kills almost anybody in 1 or 2 hits. So it's a good combo. Takes care of regular trash mobs in 1 hit. So far, I've got the feed on here. I've only gotten this to proc once. Just bad break so far in terms of the enemies that I fought and having it not come up because of deck size. Other than that, defense, you see it here. 4 defense, and then there's 1 shrug it off. That's it. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get to the fight. Like I said, he pretty much spends the entire fight just doing little piddly attacks and then buffing himself up for 1 big attack. It's pretty clear when he's going to do that, so you want to time that out as best as possible with using any potions you have, as well as any type of power cards that are going to be considered a waste of a turn. In this case here, I have a nice opening salvo for the first turn. I can pretty much play everything I want because I can play all of my cards because I have the energy to do so. So just make sure that Thunderclap is played first to get the vulnerable. And then something like this here, I don't want to play this one right away. Well, maybe I do. So if I play this one here, I can at least get Thunderclap back on the next turn. That's not a bad idea. So we'll play that. Thunderclap comes up back up on the next turn. Then I can just play these. Because I always want to have Thunderclap up if I can, because that's just extra damage, and not doing that would be foolish. Alright, so here's his first round of attack. I can't do anything about it in the first place, so I can't block it. So with this turn here, Clash would be great if I could play it, but this is blocking me. Fortunately, I got this 0 cost Warcry here. So let's put Thunderclap out again. Let's do Perfected Strike, get some heat on him. And now we're going to do Warcry. We're going to put Clumsy back in the deck, and now magically Clash can be played. Perfect turn, perfect usage of cards there. So that's a good idea to get to know your cards well. Learn those combos like that so you're not just leaving damage out on the table unnecessarily. Okay, so this finally looks like it might be a defensive turn for the most part. I don't have any of my good attacks in here. I don't have Thunderclap. I don't have a Perfected Strike. And I ultimately have this weak and vulnerable. So I think this is going to be a good play for this turn. Add some vulnerable to him and lowers his attack a little bit. And then I think really we'll just... The damage is negligible. However, he does have vulnerable on him. When you look at the bigger picture, he's got 270 health left. Is it going to be better for me to block just a little bit and maybe survive one more turn, or do 13 damage? That's a tough call. I think you could go either way on this one. Because my health pool is much more precious than his is, I think just even taking a little bit of 4 block is fine. All right, so that's his first of his big attacks for the most part. He's going to be vulnerable for a little bit, so I want to be able to put as much damage on him as I can. And unfortunately, this is another turn that just doesn't seem to really pan out that much. I'm definitely going to take the free strength. I only even have 2 attacks, so unless I want to rely on card draw, that's a little bit risky. There's not much in there that I could really hope for. I think maybe I just take the strength for the future turns. Really, this should be done in a couple of turns, and if it's not, I might be in trouble anyways. All right, so let's see what the card draw actually would have been by using Warcry. It would have been a defense, so that's kind of pointless. I'm going to put Shrug It Off in the top of my deck just in case I want the card draw from that one. I think I'm going to draw almost every single card on the next turn anyways. Actually, no, because I played more than 3, so it's going to be a standard 5 draw. So he's buffing himself up for his big hit. I said this is my time to really hit home. Not really a ton I can do here, just attack, really. I guess I'm not gonna kill him with this attack card, so I'm gonna take the free damage from it while I still have the vulnerable up. Yeah, it's exhausted, but like I said, that's not gonna be the killing blow ever on this fight. I mean, the deck's too big, and it's unlikely that it comes back around exactly when I need it. Okay, now we got another good turn. We have Thunderclap, and we have Perfected Strike. I will take that every single time. And because there's only 2 cards, I'll get 3 the next time around. Keep the deck churning out. And here he comes. He's getting ready. 20 times 2. It's a big hit. If you can mitigate it, great. If not a lot you can do here. I don't have any extra energy draw, and I don't have vulnerable anymore, so now it's just a matter of, can I do anything that's worth anything? I could block. He's going to hit me for 40. I'm going to hit him for 45, 50. I'm going to hit him for 60. I'm still going to have 30 health left. I feel like I can still survive just a little bit longer. I'm not going to try and do a block here because I'm only going to be able to play a 1-cost card, and I want this Thunderclap to come up maybe on the next turn. It's unlikely that I'm going to draw this card. We're looking at a 1 in 12 chance. Those odds are not very good. So just dish out the damage that I can, and hopefully I'll be able to kill him in the next turn or 2 before he comes up with another turn. If push comes to shove, I can use my Snecko Oil and hopefully get a couple of 0-cost cards. But yes, I got a nice turn here where he's not playing anything. And sadly, I did not get Thunderclap. That's surprising that it didn't come out. But here we go. This is going to go on the top of my draw pile, and it's going to be Perfected Strike Plus. This is going to be my killing blow right here. So last 2 cards, strike, and he's going to be dead on the next turn, guaranteed. The only way that he doesn't die is Well, I played less than 3 cards, so I'm getting all of my top deck drawn. And now I can do my normal combo, Thunderclap plus Perfected Strike plus, and he's dead. Took a total of 70 damage, didn't use either of my potions. Overall, that's a very good showing in that fight. So, big takeaways, like I said, you want to time out your stuff. Make sure you have, if you have a good balanced deck, great, but you either have to have a lot of damage like I had, or a lot of block like I didn't have. Balancing in between is kind of tough because he's going to hit you a lot and it's going to take longer to kill him. You don't want to have him go too long where he keeps buffing himself. I would definitely err on the side of strength rather than defense, but to each his own. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave those below. Otherwise, we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you like this video, please show your continued support by hitting that like button, and be sure to check out both my YouTube channels for new content all the time. And always remember, peace is a lie, there's only passion. We'll see you next time.